This is OSI screen 2. If you missed OSI 7 layers, please go and review before you jump over here. The last time we developed this together. So we fill out the layers. Part 1 of this will tell you how we got the layers and all the hardware on each of those layers. So now we are doing functions today about what they do, and we are looking for key terms. Okay, we don't want creative writing, we just want something very unique. So in the application layer we have the interfaces, and we call it API, application program interface, because you have a bunch of interfaces on these layers. Then, just like I told you in part 1, that Sue is in Austin, Joe is in London. So when information gets from Sue to Joe, it has to be formatted in the computer which Joe uses. So we have formatting. Sometimes we have encryption, decryption, compression. I don't have enough room to write. So just formatting in short. Encryption, decryption, compression, uncompress, all those things. Then in the session layer, we have dialogue. Dialogue, okay, because there's dialogue going on between Joe and Sue. So there we have to synchronize. Synchronization so they don't go out of whack. So there's synchronizations, and we try to maintain the session. Okay, right here. Then transport now, we are worried about flow control. As it goes through, we control the flow. Also, we break them down into segments, so we call it segmentations. If we have a long string of 1s and 0, we break it down to little segments. That's segmentation. Okay, so in that case, then we give them sequencing. So there's a lot of things going on here. If you have time now, let me squeeze in sequencing here. Okay, then I will talk more about this so it will make more sense to you, especially when we get to data. Then the network side, we have the routing focus. Okay, this device, the higher you go in the OSI, the more intelligent these devices are. So router is extremely intelligent because it has access to the logical address, which is the IP, logical address, and it has access to the physical address. So this is the physical address. Which is the MAC. MAC is a 48 bits. So I'm going to bring another piece of another slide in to explain this more. Okay. Then in the physical, then we have raw bits. Okay, so to finish this a little bit, because it's extremely important, I'm going to bring in one little slide in just to explain more of this, especially what's going on in this session. There is something called packet switching. We didn't used to have packet switching, okay, so which is asynchronous. I'm using all those big words for you, but I'll explain myself. Long time ago, we used to send information like this. From here, for example, to Louisiana, we just keep sending this. So this is synchronous. Then if anything happens, then we have to resend all day. Then we say, well, there's a better way to do it. Let's break them down into segments. And one segment, another segment, I keep breaking them down to little segments. This is the beginning of what we know as packet switching. Then we give them sequence. You are number 1, you are number 2, you are number 3, you are number 4, you are number 5. Now head down to London. So in this slide which I was showing you, so we have synchronization. We synchronize them, but when you get to transport, we have segmentation and sequencing. So this segmentation break them down into segments. So this become asynchronous. This is synchronous, bunch of 1s and 0 into segment become asynchronous. It just means start and stop, start and stop. So zeros gave us this, and the first packet switching protocol was S.25. Then we improved to frame relay. Then our packet switching now is gone to ATM. So these are future things which I want to know, but they're good background. You break them down to little segments, and they put in sequence numbers. So then they travel, so they don't have to follow each other. So, but if one of them is damaged on the way, it's okay. We have something called checksum to fix them when they damage. So these are the knowledge that you would need. So that's why I just digress a little bit from OSI to see what's going on.